Hi everyone. I want to apologize for the blurry beginning of yesterday's video. I don't know what happened. I didn't change any of the settings or anything. I stopped the recording and hit record again, and the second part just recorded clear. I don't know. It's like I took the auto zoom off. I don't know. I can't figure these things out anymore. Anyway, here's where we are with our Tattered and Torn journal. Today's going to be kind of a short video. We're just going to do the cover because I've got some things going on. I'm trying to make some masks for my husband. He's a hospice worker, and trying to get them sized properly to fit his head so that he gets the best coverage. And then I need to make a couple more for family members. So, and my sewing machine is not used to fabric, it's used to paper, so it's not cooperating exactly with me. So anyway, I thought I would just do the cover today, and then we'll pick up Tuesday with starting the ephemera. So I printed out the 6 extra background pages, the same ones that we used inside. I did not print the backs, but I printed these out so that we can use them for matting or whatever we need with the ephemera. But that's what we're going to do today, or use today, sorry, with the cover. I'm trying to decide. We've got the pages. I did go through and ink everything, so it looks really grungy and cool. I like it. So I'm going to pull the pages out, and I'm going to open this up. And I think I'm going to use this linen fabric for the spine. Now the question is, do I want to put that on first, or do I want to put that on after? And I think I want to put it on after. So I'm going to go ahead and mat these pages. Like I said, I printed out this background page here, and I want to use this for the focal point. So there was, I'm going to go ahead and use that one for the back, but this one is very similar in color to this one. So I'm going to use this as the background, and then we're going to layer some lace on top, some coffee dyed paper, and then the image, and then we'll see about adding some words or something. So I printed these out borderless, 8.5 by 11, so I'm going to tear a 1/2 inch around all sides and see where we end up. I hope you guys are playing along with this. I would love for you guys to post in our Facebook group what you've been working on. I've heard several of you say that that you completed your first journal, or you were working along, and I would love it if you wouldn't mind sharing that. Maybe it'll give somebody else just that little extra encouragement they need to join in. I think I need to cut off just a little bit more, probably from the bottom edge here, because I kind of like that. I kind of like this holy paper at the top. Okay, yeah, so that'll fit on there. So let's go with that. And then this one will be the same thing. It was a sunshiny day, and then I sit down to record, and all of a sudden the sun is hiding behind a bunch of clouds. I noticed yesterday's video was really and there again, I apologize for the blurriness. I didn't notice it until I rendered it. I was working in the other room, and it didn't have great lighting, and I'm not used to this new laptop yet. getting everything to where I can see it right, and yeah. Oh, that's upside down. Let's try doing it the right way. But anyway, yeah, I noticed that the sun was going in and out yesterday. I'm going to do the same thing, take another maybe 1/4 inch off the bottom of this one. Like so. Yeah, that looks good. All right, let me get a piece of paper. And we will get some ink on here. And this is how I've been, just go around the edges, because I love that grungy torn paper edge. Somebody's doing something outside, making all the dogs bark. I think it might be some kids on their bikes. I hope that's not coming through to all you guys. That's annoying. I apologize if it is. The people behind us have like 3 dogs, and they like to bark. Love, love, love to bark. There we go. That looks pretty grungy. A little bit more in some of these, maybe the corner areas, get to be a little bit grungier. It might even be the next door neighbor kids out there. We live on a corner, unfortunately. If I ever buy another house, I will never buy a house on the corner or across from a junior high school. Because they like to cut through the yard, throw all their trash in the yard. I don't know what we were thinking. Well, we were thinking we got a good deal on this house, so it was a little beat up when we bought it, so we got a really good deal. There had been some college kids living in it, and the owners had moved out of state, and so they were anxious to sell and weren't getting any buyers, so we got a pretty good deal. But we just took everything out and repainted, recarpeted, retiled everything, so kind of nice. Okay. All right, so we've got those two. So we're going to glue that down. I don't think I'm going to do anything else to the back at this point in time. I think I'm just going to leave the back the way it is. And I might, though, now that I'm talking or looking, I might bring in some of this a little bit more. I kind of did it quickly yesterday, and I think I want just a little bit more in here. You can always add more, but you can't take away. So sometimes I'll just wait until the ink dries, because it is a little bit different. Sometimes it's darker and sometimes it's actually lighter. It depends on the ink you're using, and some of them will have either like a green tone or a pink tone. This one, when it gets wet, has a real pink hue. Is that the right word? I don't know. Okay, and I should ink down this way a little bit. It's leaving circles, but I think most of that's going to be covered up with the linen that I put on the spine, and also the I'll bring it from the outside, see if I can get some of that paper itself that we're going to apply. So I need to go put my recording sign up before all the kids come barging in here, so I'll be right back. Okay. Just in case, they probably wouldn't come in here, but yeah. Okay, so which one was which? This was the back, and this was the cover. All right, so let's go ahead and get those down quickly. This stuff dries so quickly that if you don't get the lid on it right away, it will stop up the top. But I really am liking it. My husband came in here yesterday. He's like, what is that, nail polish or something? Is it? I said, yeah, it's glue with acetone. It dries real quick. I mean, he wasn't complaining. I said, is it bothering you? And he goes, no, I just was wondering what it was. It bothers me. I have to take a break because it does get to be much. Okay. So let's just put that like that. I'm going to make sure I get this tip down. Whoa. That wasn't good. Okay, let's get this going here. Now that I'm looking at it, I think I'm doing them backwards, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. That's why I chose these papers, because they were similar in color. So, and the whole book is tattered, torn, collage papers. I'm using the collage kit. Collage Papers 1 by Artymaze. Okay, let's get that. Okay. Now, let me get this off. This has a big... Oh. And then, of course, I put it on a piece of paper in the trash, and it tumbles out of the trash. Okay, good. Making sure that the glue didn't get on the carpet. Okay, so this is a roll I got at Walmart. It's 6 by I don't know how many feet, but I've used it quite a bit. So I'm just going to glue it down and then trim around. My scissors. So and I'm going to do the same thing on the back. It just kind of pushes that background paper back a little, and you know, that'll allow us to have the focal point. Okay, and like I said, I don't know how many yards are on this, but I've been using it for a long time, so, and I'm not even close to running out. So I'm going to put this right along the edge here, and I'm going to need more glue here. I'm just going to kind of go in little circles, and then I think I'll probably do halfway, apply it, and then do the other half, because by the time I get all those circles on there, it'll be dry. So I'm just going right up to that edge there. And I want to get my spatula like Miss Jackie had. I bought the spatula a long time ago, but I forget that I have it. And I saw Miss Jackie doing this with hers, and I thought, oh yeah, that's what I need to do, because you end up with glue everywhere. So there we go. Let's get a little bit more glue going. Just keep some of that. You could use any lace that you have. I have several things that I've gotten at Goodwill, and I just take the lace off. I mean, when you get a blouse for $1.49, you don't mind cutting it up so much. So let's do the same thing to this side. Okay, get that going there. Yeah, I think that's gonna look nice with that lace. And it is grungy. I know this is not for everyone. Just like, you know, the shabby chic is not for everyone. But if you can take some of the ideas and, you know, make them your own, that's the point of me sharing, is that, you know, there aren't any really original ideas. We're all doing the same things. We're just putting our own spin on it. So don't be afraid to put your own spin on things. Okay. Now I'm going to let that dry just for a second. See if I can set it behind me. Okay. Don't need that. All right, so let's do this. I've got, I don't know if that's going to be quite big enough or not. I'm going to get another piece of this. I think I want a little bit bigger than this. So let's do, because I almost would like it to finish up that size. Okay, so let's do a little bit bigger than half. So this is, wow, 6 inches, and we will do 7 inches. So let's do 6 by 7. We don't want to cover up all of the background, but I would like to have a big enough mat so that the focal point will stand out, and I had to start with a big enough piece to be able to tear around the edges. So figure out what size you want and add an inch to top and bottom, and then you'll get, I think this piece is big enough to save. I don't save these little 1/2-inch pieces, but yeah, see, that's still quite, let me bring this back in. Yeah, see, that's too big. Maybe that was a better size, but maybe 1/2 inch again. There we go. I don't want it to completely cover the background. So maybe I should have just stuck with that first piece. Oh my goodness. Oh well. Now look, I'm back to almost where I started. That's okay. That's all right. I wanted to have a little border, And I also want to leave enough room for some kind of word down there. I may put journal or something. Okay, now let's figure out, I want this area. So I'm going to tear it here. And this piece will still be good to use on another pocket or something. So, by the time I cut off the bottom, and I need to cut off that side. I'm going to try and cut off, I'm sorry guys, I'm getting out of screen here, or out of shot, or off camera. There we go. And let's try here. Does that work? Yeah, and I don't even care if it goes over a little bit or whatever. That's fine. This piece is plenty big to use again. I'm going to do the ephemera very similar to Miss Jackie because I really like what she did. So let me ink this. I did hit record, right? Yeah, okay. Scared myself. Oh my goodness. Okay. Don't mind me. I'm a little scatterbrained today. Today, every day. Anyone who knows me knows I'm scatterbrained. Okay. Yeah, these papers are really, really cool. Nice. So let's do this one. Going to go in a little further on this one, maybe a ½ inch, and go over those really raggedy pieces to get the dark, and you get a lot of variation in color. If you don't like those little torn raggedy edges, tear away from you. And then your paper, the torn edge will be on the back side. See? It doesn't have that on this side. Most of the time I do both, so I get kind of a mixture, but it is controllable. Okay, that looks good. All right. So, wow, yeah, see, that's dry. So let's cut the lace, okay? I am just going to cut the lace along the edge, not really worrying too much about whether it's perfect or not. I might even come up this way a little bit. If I can lift it, I can keep from cutting so much of the paper edge, the what do you call it, file folder, because it doesn't need to be hanging over. I've got a piece right there I accidentally cut, so I'm gonna rip it and ink it. If you happen to cut it, just ink it. Ink hides a bunch of things. I love it. Okay, so let's do this side here. Well, I said this was going to be a really quick video, but I think I made it longer than it had to be. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece and I'll be right back. Okay, so all these little pieces of lace I'm just throwing in my snippets. I am just going to go ahead and put this on so that I know where to put the focal point. I want to make it about 1/4 of an inch longer. So I'm just going to cut a little piece in there. Get the pieces that are hanging off. I'm not going to necessarily pull extra at this time, but let's do another piece that's the same size, because I want one on the outside, one on the inside. Okay. Get out of the way. Okay, so this will strengthen our spine. This is what it looked like when it was all finished. Upside down. Okay, goes this way. I think that's going to be really, really cool. And you can see what I mean. Like, there's some pieces right here that are really not laying down. So I'm just going to come along here and clip those pieces off so they don't get, what's the word, snagged upon. Yeah, wherever there's no glue, but I think most of it is, I've got all those little pieces. Now, I will not keep these little tiny snips. Okay, so let's put our glue down in the middle. And if you remember correctly, we have a, my goodness, we have a 1/2 inch spine because we scored on either side of the natural or the factory fold. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm going to draw a line down here across the spine and a line down here because that's about the size of our fabric. Just gonna spread it around a little bit and hope it's enough that it doesn't show through too much. Now on this side it's not really going to matter because the signature is going to be in there. So maybe I better do it this way and line it up here. Like that. This is just over 1 inch. Perfect. Let's do this side. May have to use a little bit more glue on this lace piece, but we'll see. That'll give us plenty of durability for the stitches. I thought about putting a piece of cardstock or, oh no, all the string got stuck to this piece, or chipboard or something, but I don't really think it's necessary. Now you can see I went off a little bit over here, but that's okay. I just want to make sure this is lined up straight with the other piece. So we should be okay. And if we happen to be crooked, we'll add another piece of lace. Right? I mean, it's what we do. It's handmade. It's not going to be perfect. Okay? So there we go. I am going to leave this to dry. I think I did a pretty good job, actually. I'm going to leave this to dry open. So, okay. So let's put our focal point on. Do I want to put another piece of lace between here? I don't think so. I don't think it's necessary. Yeah, I think I'm just going to glue these on. So, there we go. There's always that one little tip. Don't always know where it's going to go when you're ripping paper. I saw Pam, I think it's Pam, at the Paper Outpost is doing a torn journal as well. I just saw that a little bit ago. And it looks like she's doing like kind of like a, I don't know, faux cover with layers of torn paper. I didn't watch the whole thing, but it looked kind of cool. So I'll have to go check that out. Okay, so let's get this glued down. And then I don't have any words printed out at the moment, so I will come back and do the word later. But so this will be all we're going to do for the cover. But I think it'll look nice. Okay, I hope that's enough glue to attach to that lace. I guess we'll find out. I'm going to put that right there. And I'm going to hold it down. At least I don't have any glue oozing out this time. But yeah, I think I want to put some kind of a plate here. Excuse me, not a metal plate, but I've got some. Or maybe just even a piece of this would be cute down here with a word on it. Something like that with a piece of lace over it, or I don't know, we'll see. But we'll play with that later. When we get everything sewn in and all the embellishments in, that'll be the last thing. And I don't remember what kind of closure Jackie had on hers. I'm gonna have to go back and look to see if she did the eyelids or if she just tied a ribbon around it. But there we go, guys. I think that looks really, really cool, and it's gonna be really fun. So I am probably going to trim this down a little bit. It's a little bit bigger than I want, and then I'm going to pull out those little pieces. But other than that, I think that is really, really looking cool and totally out of my comfort zone, because I mean I do a little bit of grungy, but not this much grungy. But I really think it's fun. So I hope you think it's fun too, and I appreciate you tuning in to watch, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.